Hello, Captains. I'm your host, Brent Justice, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. I am on my character, Omega. This is the Reman, who is with the Romulan faction, but aligned with the KDF. And I am continuing our playthrough of this series. Now, in the last mission, we did Ragnarok, which pretty much finished up the future-proof storyline. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. But now it's time to jump into a new era of exploration once again in Star Trek Online, starting with New Frontiers. Journey with the Lukari as they take their first steps to the stars. So this first mission says, the Lukari, this is Echoes of Light, the Lukari have launched a new starship designed for space exploration. They are eager to head out into the unknown, and the Republic has agreed to assist them.
The Lukari people have recently completed work on a warp-capable exploration starship, and they are eager to put it to use. The Romulan Republic is, as always, pleased at the opportunity for beneficial relations, and we have decided to assist the Lukari in joining the galactic community. The Lukari intend to explore space at the edge of the known Alpha Quadrant. By sending a Republic ship to aid them, we can share in valuable discoveries and help to ensure goodwill between our people. Offer protection and advice, and be sure to represent the best that the Republic has to offer.
Travel to the Lukari system in the Alpha Quadrant and accompany them in exploring systems. We will get Nausicaan, looks like disruptor energy weapons for our ship, and an interesting Nausicaan space capacitor that is part of the Entoil technology set. If you've got a disruptor build, this is a console that you absolutely must have in your build. It definitely helps. As you can see, it adds plus 20% disruptor damage just by having it on your ship. Plus, it's part of the set that gives other abilities and so forth. So it's good for a disruptor build if that's what you've got. Let's accept the mission and let's go. Okay, begin Echoes of Light. So we're getting back into some exploration. There's a Ferengi. We've arrived in the Lukari system, and I'm reading their starship in a standard orbit. And I'm picking up some comm traffic. It sounds like Captain Kumarake is in the middle of a discussion with a Ferengi daemon. Okay, let's go.
My dear friend Kamarka, just think about how much I can help.
I try not to think about you at all, Margarine.
If not me, consider my wealth of useful contacts. I thought I'd seen the last of you. That is to say, we meet again.
So this is Damon Modern. We have met him before. Alright, fortunately for you, our business is with the Lukari.
Oh, come now. I'm sure we can reach an agreement that is to everyone's liking. I'm prepared to offer you an exclusive, once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity.
Yeah. Hello, Lukari.
That insistent Ferengi has been trying to make new trade deals with us since he first visited our system. Oh, everything he tries to sell is either broken or worthless.
Yep, that's
Thank
the Ferengi.
you. It's good to see you again, and under much better circumstances. You'll be happy to know that our star remains stable. We've not seen any Tholian ships since the incident, thankfully.
Good.
The decision to explore was somewhat controversial, however. Many Lukari were resistant to the notion. We settled this moon long ago, after we were forced to leave our dying homeworld of Kentar. It was a difficult journey for us. Once we found our new home, no one was very excited about space travel. Still, the exploration initiative passed. Considering my experience, my people have chosen me to command the LSS Concordium. It was an honor I proudly accepted. Our ship is ready to go, and you are.
Basically, they're isolationists. Tell me a bit about your ship.
We have some catching up to do. We've engaged the best engineering minds of our world to modify this vessel. I'm quite proud. We've done a lot in a very short period of time. We've added some of your defensive technology to this ship, as well as some warp drive upgrades. The Concordium is now capable of sustaining a top speed of just over warp 4.
Hey, warp 4, that's pre-NX01 speeds. You're getting there.
Our collaboration with your engineers has been quite inspirational. We've started work on a starship of our own design, one of many to follow the Concordium to the stars. Our ship is ready to go, and you are. For our maiden voyage, I've chosen a star that is close enough to be within reach, but still just outside the area of space that you've explored, and obviously one that we haven't visited yet. According to your star charts, it's a yellow-white star called 20 Draconis.
Okay, let's go.
This isn't over. Believe me, the next deal we make will be on my terms.
Okay, whatever, Madrin. Let's go explore.
We've arrived on the outskirts of the system. There's a large field of rocky debris and asteroids. We're picking up various metals and crystalline formations. Should we approach one of the larger asteroids and take some more readings?
Sounds like a plan. So it's nice to get back into some just exploration, into Star Trek. That is what Star Trek is. Exploring the unknown.
Readings coming in now. Large quantities of silicate, hematite, hafnium, iridium. Crystalline structures appear to be the result of deposits created under a heavy impact. Perhaps this asteroid was part of a larger one that broke up in a collision. Heading deeper into the field may yield more clues. Sensors are picking up some movement on the far side of the asteroid. Not simple orbiting debris either.
Yep, I see them. They are Gekli.
Cosmozoans! They're beautiful. Do you have any information about them?
Yeah, they're called Gekli, and we're sending you data files on them.
Intriguing. The Gekli communicate using radio waves and feed on dust particles and energy emissions. And, it seems an adjustment of our EM band is in order. I don't like the idea of the Concordium becoming a Gekli food source.
Yep, same here. Remember, they will attach to our ship and feed off of it.
We've adjusted our power systems. I'd like to gather more data on the Gekli before we move on. Any suggestions?
We could tag them and see what happens.
An excellent idea. We'll be able to track their movements and learn more about their migratory patterns and feeding habits. We'll need to get close in order to attach the tag safely.
Yeah, let's do it. I could just cloak, then they'd never see me. But it's not
Data's
necessary.
coming in from the Gekli. I'd like to expand the number of tagged subjects to optimize data collection. Let's get close enough to slip in with a pod and join them in their swimming.
Okay, sure. Why, there's a pod right there. Imagine that. What if I did cloak? I don't think it would help. But I will anyway. Well, we are following them. I just gotta follow them now, stay with them.
We're getting close-up readings from all of the creatures.
Of course, I'm cloaked, so that helps too, I guess. Uh-oh, I dropped too far out of range. Gotta move faster. Progress starts all over again. They just shoot forward real fast all of a sudden.
They're treating us like one of their own.
They don't know I'm
They're trying
here.
to talk to us with their radio waves.
If you say so.
That was incredible. What a singular experience. We've spotted a larger group of them in an area not too far from here. This looks like a feeding ground for several Gekli pods. Let's go have a look.
I like how intrigued she is by just the Gekli. She's just so into it. And we're like, whatever. We've seen them. I guess we haven't technically, but I mean, you know, there was an episode of TNG about them.
There are signs that several Gekli pods frequent this area. There's a lot of dust and particulate matter, but we can't see how the asteroids are getting broken down. I think there's something we're not seeing on the visible spectrum. Your ship has a stronger deflector than ours. Can you emit a particle wave? We could use that to illuminate things that might be happening in different spectra.
Uh-huh. I guess we will do that then. And it decloaks us. Yep, there's a thing they're feeding off of, and we're in it.
There's some kind of subspace shearing here. It's causing cosmic strings to snap off and break up the asteroids. That must be why the Gekli feed here. There's plenty of particulate matter for them to consume in the debris fields. I think we've collected some solid data here. We're ready to move on when you are.
Okay, let's go to the next area. We've had our time with the Gekli. What's next?
Sensors are reading a swarm of comets passing by this stellar body. They look to have an orbital period of about 173 of your standard years. I'd like to know if they came from outside of the system and were caught in its gravity, or if they originated here. Shall we take some scans?
Sure, why not?
This comet is mostly ice and dust. There are indications that the cometary matter formed around a magnetic core. The other comets may be more interesting. Let's move to the other comets and study them closely.
Sure. Got a little mini game to do here. Okay.
The core sample shows signs of magnetic radioactive matter. This comet may have seen some interesting particle fields in its wandering.
Uh-huh. Let's take a sample, I guess. Oh, I think we just did that. Need to investigate the next one. That's what it is. And another mini game. Okay, we got it.
Holding the comet let us get some detailed readings about its emissions. Based on the structure of its silicate crystals, it's been in a pattern. It picks up energy from its trip near the star, then loses that energy as it loops past the planets. It's like ice melting and refreezing, but it seems to lose a large quantity of energy all at once near here. I'm not sure why. The radioactivity should be steady.
Perhaps something is draining the energy. Let's keep looking.
These comets seem to have a long orbit that coincides with the orbit of a Class A planet nearby. I'd like to launch a probe and see if the cometary movements have had any impact on the planet.
Okay, let's launch a probe. They're like being dragged. No, I'm going backwards. That's the problem.
Probe data received. The planet is radiating a considerable amount of heat for its size. Nothing our shields can't handle, but I don't see any expeditions to its surface happening anytime soon.
Okay.
Curious. I'm picking up several large, moving sources of energy. Sensors indicate they're a life form of some kind. A Cosmozoan, but not the Gekli. I'd like to study them if we can.
Alright, let's go.
Planet is geothermal in nature. Its surface is partially molten. No life forms detected planetside. Then again, it is rather warm down there.
A very hot
There
planet.
they are!
Oh.
Magnificent, aren't they?
Yeah, we know them too. Farpoint, Sinidarian.
The creatures are luminescent ovoids? I'm not sure how to describe them. They remind me of an aquatic life form native to Lukari Prime. There are little ones huddling close to the planet's atmosphere. They must use the heat and the planet's electrical discharges to survive.
Yeah, they're a type of Sinidarian. We're sending you files now. We've met them.
Interesting.
We've just met everybody.
These life forms were encountered by the USS Enterprise D on Deneb 4.
Yep.
Someplace called Farpoint Station. They haven't been seen anywhere else since. We shouldn't harm them or their young. Let's transmit a greeting, then be on our way.
Kumurake, let's just put it this way. You guys just stay home, and we'll send you all the files we have on the universe. I think you'll be fine consuming that for the next while. Alright, we'll move close and transmit a greeting. If you think about it, how much the Federation has acquired over time, all the knowledge and history, it's like, who would even need to travel out anymore? Just consume all the information the Federation has, and you'd learn everything you need to know.
The color display must be a form of communication.
No need to really explore on your own.
I didn't realize that life forms could exist in this fashion, living off the heat of planets, feeding on the particles in space, absorbing radiation from the cosmos. There's so much to see. Let's head to the next planet in the system and see what's there. Are you seeing this? My sensors indicate this planet is completely devoid of any organic material, and yet it has a breathable atmosphere and lies well within the system's habitable zone. Most curious.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Picking up residual levels of radiation. Oh my. I believe I know what happened to this world. Some kind of proto-matter wave happened here.
Protomatter, but that's dangerously unstable.
Not if you know how to resolve the chaotic turbulence with a tarfine reduction. This was a recent event. Some kind of proto-matter incident happened, and it wiped out all life on the planet. I think we should send an away team down to learn more.
Yeah, we gotta find out what's going on down here on this planet. Let's see. I don't need 3 tactical officers. Let's take my healer in case I need a healer, and Tovan. That's good.
Oh, not sure I'll ever get used to transporters. Let's see. Initial scans suggest this area used to be inhabited, but I can't find a single trace of organic matter. None. I see some carvings on those canyon walls. Let's take a look.
Alright. Let's explore this planet that we're on now all of a sudden. Something destroyed all life on it. Protomatter. Wave.
The walls of this canyon were worked by tools. I'm sure of it. Sentient life forms lived here. Until the proto-matter detonation. This pillar here. It seems to be a sign pointing to that canyon. Perhaps a pathway there leads to a settlement of some kind. I'm reading metallic objects there as well. Shall we take a look?
Yep. That's where we are headed. Let's go.
Look, there's some kind of large structure further down the canyon. Look at the size of that plaza.
Yeah, not bad. It's in a mountain.
These people must have had quite a developed culture. Let's take some readings up there. This looks like a town square or ceremonial center of some kind. I see some murals on the far side of the square over there by that arch. I'd like to examine them. They might tell us more about this place.
Sure. They're carrying an egg. That's nice.
These murals depict people bringing some objects to this place. Crystals or gems, I believe? They built their settlement around this site. I believe it was a place of great significance to them. The next mural may hold more clues for us.
Let's check it out.
This mural depicts the construction of this large structure. I suspect it was a temple or a place of contemplation for the people. The crystals were revered by the locals, perhaps even worshipped by them. We'd better have a look at the next mural, don't you think?
Yep. Big egg.
The crystals depicted in this mural appear to be growing for some reason. I wonder if this is a symbolic or literal representation of events. Perhaps the structure needed to be modified to hold the volume of crystals they collected over the years.
Yep.
Quite the enigma we found here. I suspect there's more to be found inside. Getting there will be a challenge, however. According to my scans, these pillars are connected to some kind of massive mechanical structure. Probably the peak of technology for these people. I believe it's some kind of opening mechanism for the structure's door.
Can we open it by deploying some kind of device?
We could probably force it open, but that could damage the structure, and too much force could even collapse it entirely. I suggest we create a holographic forensic reconstruction.
Okay.
Yes, it would be based on analysis of things like footprints, wear patterns, and local construction. We can learn what people did here, how they went about their lives, and how they made the device work. We'd be watching a replay of history, roughly speaking. Let's start by gathering information from relics and leftover traces of the people who once lived here.
You know, now that I am playing this mission, after watching that Picard episode where they did the holographic forensic thing, ooh, I see the connection now. They did this way before they did that, and I guess that comes from another
The wear patterns
sci-fi
here
show?
show us that people leaned against here frequently. This was a meeting and gathering area.
There was another sci-fi show that did that. I think it was, no, it was a movie.
Based
I
on
think
these
it was
footprints,
Marvel.
these people had a stride that places them at about 1.6
Yeah, I think it
meters
was
on average.
It was one of the Avengers movies, wasn't it? Or was it Guardians of the Galaxy movie? And Star-Lord, wasn't it? Did some kind of like forensic holographic scanning thing that showed like the past. Yeah, that's where it came from. That was like where it started. Now, I don't know if they put this in the game after that or before that, but this is definitely a similar type of thing. And then it shows up again in
These
Picard.
artifacts were used with opposable thumbs and indicate a likely handspan of 22 centimeters.
So I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Strange.
Kind of
These
crazy
relics
stuff.
should be covered with dust and sand, worn away by time and wind. But they're all uncovered. No organic matter left, and everything left behind in its place. Frozen in time, like
Like they died recently.
The evidence seems clear. The proto-matter detonation happened only weeks, perhaps even days ago. We're going to need to make an accurate simulation to continue our studies here. I suggest using modified pattern enhancers to do this.
See, what we're about to set up here is pretty wild. We've never seen anything like it in Star Trek before this game, and then before
Enhancers
Picard.
online. The signal is strong and clear.
Those are really the only two places we've seen it. I don't know. I guess it
Two
could
down,
make
two
sense.
to go.
I guess it could be a real thing that could develop. I don't know. With AI, I guess it could render it. It could figure things out.
That's 3. One more and we'll be ready.
So maybe it's not too far-fetched to believe that this kind of thing could happen.
That's the last one. All enhancers online and standing by.
There
All
we
right.
go.
The enhancers should give us a pretty good image range. Your tricorder can then act as the center of the network control for the enhancers. I can tie in my data to your tricorder whenever you're ready. Get a little close to the center of the square so we can see what happens.
Yeah. Alright. I need to watch this, though, because he has to do it in a certain order. So it's that one first.
Note that the alien is using the pillars in a specific order.
And then he goes to the opposite. I have to do the same order. And then he
They're
goes to the
making the
right.
murals match up on each pillar.
And then he'll go to the opposite of that one. Okay, I get the order. That's good. So you start on this one, we go to the opposite, we go to the right, and then we go to the opposite. Okay, I think I got it. And that will open the door.
Looks like some kind of functionary.
Yep, I get it. Let's do this. See. I don't know what the pattern should be. Guess until it lines up with something. I guess the top one doesn't change, so it's got to line up with the top one. Okay, that makes sense. So that's fine. Let's rotate lower. That should do that one.
You hear that? That's the first pillar set in place.
Yep, now we go to this one, and we got to match it to the top of this one. And I just matched it and unmatched it, so that's neat. Let's go all the way back around. I had it matched, and then I undid it. Alright, now the lower.
That's 2 pillars set into place.
Okay, now this one. And this one.
Three pillars are locked in now.
And the final one. Carrying an egg. That did it. And it's the Starfleet logo. That's shocking.
That's it! It's working! Well done! Shall we see what secrets this building holds?
Absolutely. Because shocking that they'd have a Starfleet logo in there. We've never met him before.
Am I seeing things? That icon. It's the symbol of Starfleet. How could it be here, in an alien temple far from the Federation? This is getting stranger by the minute. We should search the temple for more murals.
Yes, we should. Look at that. Starfleet officers.
Those people in the picture, they don't look like the others.
They're from Starfleet, but Starfleet of the 23rd century.
Could it be? Could Starfleet have established contact with these people in the 23rd century? And if so, why would they keep it a secret? We should head deeper into the temple and continue our search.
I agree.
I think the panel on the wall here can be pushed to open something.
Well, let's push it then, because
Those inner doors across from the panel are opening.
Explore the heart of the building. Here we go. All these crystals inside here.
What is all of this?
Crystals.
According to my tricorder, we've reached ground zero. This is where someone detonated the protomatter bomb. From here, a self-propagating cascade of proto-energy radiated outward in all directions, washing over the entire planet. Doubtful. I believe what did this was built specifically as a weapon. There's no new ecosystem. All life was eliminated. I'm picking up a residual energy signature here. Take a look. 16-centimeter wavelength with a slight kaon leak. I've seen this before. It's a byproduct of Zenkethi technology.
The Zenkethi here? Uh-oh, a whole new mystery. Sir, we found a derelict space station in orbit around this planet. It's unpowered and covered in decades of dust, which made it hard to pinpoint in the asteroid ring. Unfortunately, we aren't the only ones to find it. Several starships have arrived in the system, and they're laying claim to the station. What should we do? Let's get up there and figure this thing out. That's what we're gonna do. A lot of mystery going on here. In a dusty old space station. We're on one of the old K-series Federation deep space stations. But how did it get out here? What happened to it? There's a placard over on the wall. Let's see if there's anything recognizable. It says Deep Space K-13. Admiral, that station was lost in time over 100 years ago. Lost in time and space, K-13 was in the Beta Quadrant before.
You're trespassing. I'm claiming this station as salvage, along with everything in it. A little piece of history like this will be quite the vacation site. Experience life on the final frontier at Modron's K-13. But I digress. Unless you're here to discuss leasing opportunities, I suggest you beam off my station.
It's not your station yet. I think I'll take a look around.
Careful. This old beauty needs some serious repairs. It'd be a shame if something happened to you, or the active stasis pods my men found on board.
Then I'd see to it nothing like that happens, Damon.
Fair warning. My Nausicaan guards aren't very fond of intruders.
Nausicaan guards, huh?
I'd be happy to sell the pods to you. Consider their living contents a promotional bonus.
Uh-oh.
Enemy targets on sensors. Personal shield losing power.
Override security field. Admiral, this technology is ancient but surprisingly functional. At least at a rudimentary level, they built things to last in the 23rd century. The Nausicans managed to get partial power online, but they did it in a hurry. It could go down at any moment. In the meantime, I've managed to drop those security fields. We can access other parts of the station. There are some log files in the computer as well. Most of them are garbled, but I believe I can restore the last entry.
Chief Engineer's log. Supplemental. By my account, we've been hurled back in time to the 16th century. To make matters worse, we're a very long way from the Nemesis system. None of our shuttles are warp capable, and even if we could get to Earth, we'd be in the wrong time. In short, we're stuck.
Uh-oh.
There's nothing to do now but wait and try to conjure up a way to get back to the right time.
So they went way back in time. This computer's lost the ability to link to the main computer, but with the security fields down, we can get into the other lab. From there, we may be able to get into the main computer and lock the Nausicans out.
The fines for trespassing are quite severe, and I plan on collecting them.
Chief Engineer's
Okay,
log.
we saw that just now. That is broken. We can't get anywhere else in here. So let's go back this way and see if we can get back into this room we couldn't get into before. That would be a no. We can go this way. Can't get into these rooms yet. Can we get into this room? Yes.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Oh, where did all my
Shield losing power.
people go? Where did Kumarake go? Did she come with us?
Enemy combatant in close proximity. Flanking damage detected.
Maybe she stayed behind on the planet. Did we get them all? He's at attention. Yeah. Alright, let's do this. Lock out main computer. I'm locking the Noskins out of the main computer. That will keep them from taking over any more of the station systems. Okay. There's another log.
Chief Engineer's Log, April 17th, 1570. Today we visited the planet we're calling Draconis 3 to collect supplies. The good news, there's a humanoid civilization down there. The bad news, a potential Prime Directive violation. Our landing party was seen beaming in by some of the locals. We're hoping that doesn't impact their culture in any way.
What are you
One
firing
thing's
at?
for sure, they can't help us go home. Their tech level is Bronze Age at best.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Yeah.
Flanking damage detected.
I seem to have caught the attention of more Noskins. And I can't see anything. Alright, Admiral, the station's so old and badly damaged that most of the security systems don't work anymore. However, if we can take over the central hub, we can lock it down and keep the Noskins from bringing anyone else over.
Trying my patience is going to cost you dearly.
And there are people in stasis here.
Chief Engineer's...
Okay, that's the same log. Again, you guys are at attention. Why are you at attention? Follow me. Are you following me? Yes. Ah, here we go. How did you get in there? Wait a minute. You're already in there taking out the bad guy. Yeah, you guys are ahead of yourself. Stop it. Alright, auxiliary power coming up. And I found one last entry. Let's hear it.
Chief Engineer's Log, July 26th,
I can't get in there yet.
1571. Most of us went into stasis this morning.
They must have clipped
There
through
weren't
the
enough
walls.
pods for everyone. 3 of us had to stay awake. We drew lots, and Tavon, Sheridan, and I were the lucky winners. Since we're out of options, we've decided to go native.
They're just going
live
native
out our
on 'em.
lives under Conus 3.
They're
Hopefully,
going at 'em.
one day our records will be found, and the people of Station K-13.
Did they already take them out? Jeez. I haven't even been able to get in there yet. They must have clipped through the wall or something. A glitch.
Rule of
a bug.
Acquisition 431. When the shooting starts, let the mercenaries handle it. Handle this, Captain.
Did they take them out? No.
Trespassing. The sentence
Enemy
is
targets
bad.
on sensors. Personal shield losing power.
He is pretty tough. Give him that. But we got him. We're good. We're good. We secured the place. Madron beamed away, so we don't have to worry about him. There's nothing in here. We need to back up on the ship. Yeah, Noskins are coming, so we got to defend the station now. Let's do that.
I see you took out the Nosigans on my station. I'll just add their fees to your tab. I do hope you're good for it. Otherwise, I might have to take possession of that pretty ship of yours. Come to think of it, I'll be taking your ship anyway. Whether
Yep,
you're
I don't think
alive or
so.
not when I do is it's up to you.
I don't think so. I think I got you beat.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target shields have failed.
The Lukari ship is helping us too. But yeah, look, I'm just absolutely
Double hazard
dominating
pay
them.
to whoever takes that ship down.
Target's shields have failed.
Not my
4 shields
picture.
failing.
Those cost me more latinum than you're worth.
There we go. That's how you do that.
Target's shields have failed.
Draw them in and take them out.
Ah, get us out of here. Maximum warp.
Alright. Did that pretty well.
That was quite an adventure.
Yeah.
I knew Madron was greedy and treacherous, but I never thought he was willing to kill to get what he wants.
Of course, he's
In
Ferengi.
spite of that, I feel like we've learned so much out here. And for the better.
Well, it's often like this. Dangerous, but also filled with discovery.
Indeed. I'd say our first flight was a success. Now we need to share our discoveries with everyone back home. I hope today's events will convince my people of the continued need to explore and to be part of the galactic community.
Yeah, you're welcome. Safe travels. I'd say that these events are better described as harrowing. The Zenkethi have been quite quiet for years, but they're using protomatter bombs and committing genocide. There's also the problem of K-13. How did it even get here? I'll put in a call for the House of Jupiter to send repair teams. The fleet can take command. That's neat. They mentioned your actual fleet name. The fleet can take command of the this piece of history. All stations. Yeah, I guess we're not. I keep forgetting. I'm not on a Federation. I'm with the Romulans right now, and we're aligned with the KDF. So, yeah. Actually, wouldn't they want the station? Interesting. Okay. Well, mission over. We learned a lot here. A lot happened, and now we're starting the Zenkethi storyline. So much with exploration. It's gonna be another battle.
It seems our Lukari friends are fast learners when it comes to space exploration. I will be following their progress with great interest. News of this Zenkethi protomatter weapon is most troubling, however. I do not relish the idea of a hostile species with the ability to render a planet devoid of life in a moment.
Yes.
We must know
That's
more
bad.
of this, and soon. It is curious that the Zenkethi did not use their weapon upon the Federation, given their history. Perhaps this was but a test of the weapon, the first step on the path to war.
Could be. I'm gonna go ahead and... Do I have that? I don't know if I have that siphon or not. Do I? Because I do have a disruptor build, don't I? Forgot what I'm using. Energy damage. What am I using? Yeah, disruptor. I am using disruptor energy. Yeah, sensor link disruptor. Okay. Well, I could probably benefit from this thing, so I'm taking it. Yes. Good. Awesome. I'm running out of space. I need to go dump stuff in the bank, don't I? Okay, well, do that later. Cool. So we have started the Zenkethi storyline, basically. That's what New Frontiers is all about, the Zenkethi. So that was cool. Echoes of Light. We've learned a lot here. An old space station that was lost in time, but we found it in a whole different place. Dusty and dirty, but still, I guess, reusable. And a mystery of this planet. Why the Zenkethi wanted to wipe them out. Could this be a prelude to war with the Zenkethi? They have a reason to do it, or not. We'll find that out. And yeah, very interesting story. The Lukari are now involved with us as well, and they are wanting to explore space finally. So that's been a lot of fun, New Frontiers. We will start of Signs and Portents in the next video. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next one. Check out Twitter at Brent_Justice for updates. You can follow me there. Also, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Brent Justice. This helps support the channel and also allows me to publish more and more videos.